Great you could join me again. Today's subject is radishes. We're just going to plant some radishes and we're going to have a look at growing radishes. I love radishes, not necessarily to eat, but I do love what they do for the gardener. They're the quickest thing to get ready, other than maybe rocket, and they're very exciting. They're bright red and wonderful. The kids just really love to see them. So it's a great thing to put in when you're planting plants for the kids. And if you want to make yourself feel good, you can always find someone to give them away to. So we're going to plant radishes. What I'm going to do now is I've planted corn here. There's a video about that. And I'm going to grow my radishes between the corn because the radishes will be finished, gone and eaten before the corn gets very high at all. So I'm just going to make a little trench. That simple. I'm going to stick a stick in the end so that we'll know where the trench is. Now we're just going to take our radishes out. I'm going to take my gloves off for this. First of all, I'm just going to make that nice and level. Get rid of any big lumps of soil. This has been well fed, ready for the corn, so it's ready to go. And this one that I'm planting now is French breakfast, and they're a wonderful little radish. I'll show you some in a minute that I've already grown, some that we prepared earlier. So it's good to spread them out a bit, and I like to sort of spread them across the trench so you sort of get a wide area. Just try and keep them even, spread them out. Oh, that was lucky. I've managed to get them just to the end of the row. Okay, and then I'm just very simply going to put the soil back on top once again with all seeds. You don't want to let them dry out, so just get them covered up. Get rid of your big lumps, just push them to the side. And these will be coming up by next weekend. And I'll give those a good water in a little while. I've come around to the other side of the bed and I'm just making another little trench, and we're going to plant some. I'd like you to come and have a look close this time. So I've just spread it out nice and even, and I've got it slightly wide. I don't like to have a line of radishes, that seems like a waste of space. You get a whole lot more radishes in your space. This is only about 1 metre long. Come and have a close look at how I spread them. Okay, I'm just going to spread them sort of widely across here. It's about 4 inches, or sort of, what's that, about, not 10 centimetres, about 8 centimetres. And this whole trench is going to be about 1 yard or 1 metre long. And see how I'm just spreading them out all over the place. And not all of these will probably turn into a radish, but most of them will. Yeah, I'm just going to put a few more out because I've got a couple of thin bits. I've got a little bit left in my hand. So now I'm just going to cover them up. I'm just pushing the sides back on itself. Any lumps like that, just get rid of those, because the poor little radish is going to have to try and move a boulder before it can come up. So I'm just doing that. And I'm going to come back and water these in a few minutes. Okay, and always a good idea as usual, mark it with a stick. My stick broke, have to get another stick, this will do. And put your thing on top, but probably better to use an isopol stick or something like that with a label on it and the date. So you know, that, was it last weekend or the weekend before? But these guys will reward you really quickly. I'll show you the reason I love radishes. I've got a row of beans here, and I've got a row of snow peas along here, and it's quite like a jungle, but in the middle here is radishes. Now my beans have only just got going, my snow peas are going, but my radishes have been and gone and finished. Let's have a closer look and see what's going on. These radishes have run to seed, they're finished. We've had quite a good feed off them, and now it's time to turn them into compost. Come and have a look here. See the bulbs at the bottom? That would normally be the bit you eat, but see this great big thick stem it's got. That thick stem means it's running up to seed, and if you eat those radishes they'll actually be quite disgusting and sort of fibrey and quite chewy. I'm going to give these to my mobile composter. Just take the dirt off and go, Darby, want some? So he'll polish those off for me. Come and have a look at my French breakfast ones. They're next door. I'm just going to clear this all out, by the way. Just literally rip them all up. I'll give some to the chooks, put some in the compost. Not too many for Darby. He'll put on weight and get fat. So there they are. I've got some snow peas here. And as you can see, they're not even starting to flower yet. Meanwhile, my radishes have been and given us a wonderful bounty. I'll just show you some. They're utilising all the space here. We'll just reach in and pick some. I just grab a handful and pull them up. I've got a little bit of slug and snail damage here, but you can see them. Look at these wonderful French breakfast radishes. And they are just delicious in a salad. Interesting, this is starting to go to seed. See, it's got that great big thick base on it. What you want is to have them like this. Nice and just sort of like a tuft of growth, not great big long stems. Once they have those long stems, they start to get tough. We've got some snail damage here. Could be slug damage, quite severe. There's lots of ways to take care of snails. We might make a video about that later, but I really like to use a non-toxic, pet-friendly snail bait. That's sort of quite easy for me. Usually they're copper-based, so just read the directions and work that out properly. You know, I'll just show you, isn't this wonderful? Look at that. Fantastic. Delicious in any salad. Anyway, tune into my videos. Next time we'll talk about another subject. And if you liked this and enjoyed it and learned something, please push the like button. It's always great to get feedback. Remember, subscribe, and I'll keep you up to date. And together, we'll do some great gardening.